As he reaches the end of his term as Mayor of Limerick City and County, Live 95 took Mayor Francis Foley on a trip of the River Shannon from Limerick to Ardnacrusha and asked him to reflect on his year as Mayor.
One thing that really struck me was in every community I went into was how proud people are of their area, the commitment to their area and the sense of volunteerism. And I think that's really what has stood out in my memory. What really struck me was the people, what they were giving to their communities. It was absolutely fantastic to see and how committed they were, and most especially how proud they were of their own area and of their own community.
Francis says despite being from Abbeyfield, the city was as much a part of his mayoralty as the county.
I was representing both the city and the county, and I've learned over the period of time to appreciate what a great city we have as well. Obviously being from the county will always come first to your heart. But I wanted to learn about the city, as I say, going back down to the years where we'd only come into the city probably a couple of times a year. Obviously since becoming mayor then I've got to visit various parts of the city, and I've really got to like the city. Even go so far as to say that a lot of my colleagues were saying I was becoming a bit of a townie. So I took that as being a nice compliment as well, that I had given plenty of time both to the city and to the county. And that was.
So where did his political journey begin?
At a very young age, my father would have been very interested in politics. Very interested. I presume around the age of 13, he took me to my first meeting, which I was kind of reluctant to go. But I went to my first Fianna Fáil meeting at about 13 years of age, 14 years of age, and I really got on the night. I got the buzz that was going on in the hall. Like at that stage, when you went to a meeting, there could be anything up to 200 or 300 people at a Fianna Fáil meeting at that stage, and I got the buzz, and I started going to the common meetings, and I worked my way up through the line with regards to becoming secretary and chairman subsequently of my local common. And I had interest in politics. As I said, it was the buzz of that really got to me. And I suppose, as I've previously stated, I came from a large family. There were 7 of us in the family, and at that stage, people of my era, we had to go out and we had to go work. So I started working at 15 years of age. I left school at 15. I got an offer of a job working in a hardware shop, and I took it because I needed to contribute to the family. So that was the norm at the time. So as I say, possibly through my work as working in retail, I got to deal with a lot of people, and I suppose it probably encouraged me as well to into politics, and it kind of probably laid the grassroots for me in politics.
He says his year as Mayor of Limerick has filled him with optimism for Limerick's future.
And I see a lot of hope for young people. I've seen an awful lot of job announcements in the city and the county, and these are good jobs, pharmaceutical jobs, well-paid jobs, and I think the future is bright for our young people, and I've a lot of hope that things are going to get better. I think I can see a change coming. I can see a lot of more optimism with people out there, and my idea basically is there is as good a jobs in Limerick City and in the county as there any part of Ireland and any part of Europe you can go to. High class, well paid jobs, and we've seen that. As a councillor, it is one of the main issues we would have is dealing with housing and homelessness. So for all of us councillors, it's something that we're dealing with on a daily basis. So I would obviously like to see more houses being built. We are working on that. There's a lot of money being poured into housing, and I think we need to up our game a bit more, and which I think is very, very important, that we try and get the housing situation under control, and I think we're getting there. It's taking time, it's not fast enough, I know that, but I think we're getting there.
The beginning of his mayoralty was bittersweet following the sudden and untimely death of Councillor Jerry O'Dea.
When I was elected mayor, I dedicated my year in memory of Jerry. I was a good friend of Jerry's. I was due to be Jerry's deputy mayor. I felt that we would have been a good team. He came from the hospitality sector, I came from the retail sector. We both were used to dealing with people, and I felt we would have been a good team. And unfortunately that didn't happen. And as I say, I've dedicated my year in memory of Jerry, and there isn't hardly a function that I don't go to when Jerry O'Dea's name comes up, that he was very much part of the city and very much involved in local organisations, be it soccer, be it GAA, be it rowing or whatever. Jerry was a very integral part of a lot of what happened inside around the city. I've had a wonderful time with some wonderful people, some wonderful occasions, and both the city has grown on me. Obviously, being west, it took me a while to get used to the city. When I came in first, I was using my Google Maps most of the time, but I've learned to navigate the city now and get around it, which I feel I've served my time getting to know the various areas and parts of the city which I had never experienced before. And as I say, even out in the county was parts of the county that I visited. I'd never visited parts of the county, and we have a wonderful city and county. Well, if we can see what I've seen here in Ardnacrusha, that was built in 1925 to 1929, and the work that went into it took 4 years to build Ardnacrusha. I can only just imagine what we could do in fines with wind. It's achievable, it's doable, but we just need to get a push on it and get it going, the same as the men and women in 1925 had the vision for Ardnacrusha. I wouldn't be able to do this job without the support of my wife and my family. Obviously, they understood what it means to me to be mayor. They understood that being mayor, that you have to give it your all, and that's what from the very, very start, that was my intention. It's a great honour to be mayor of the city and the county, and my idea from the very, very start was I'll give it my all. I'll have it a mayor for 12 months. And I think it is very important when the trust was put on me, first of all, to be elected as a councillor by the people. I felt obliged then that I would have to give back. I've really enjoyed my term, and I wish the new mayor coming in, whoever that's going to be, wish him well in his term. I know he will enjoy it, or she will enjoy it, and I think it is very, very important to give it your all. It's for 12 months and it's well worth it. And as I say, without the support of my wife and my family, I would have found it very, very difficult. They were very understanding of the early mornings and the late nights, and that's what it takes if you want to make it successful. And I'm glad that I did that, and I have no regrets. I've attended a lot of functions, met a lot of fantastic people, been in a lot of fantastic communities, and I've really, really, really enjoyed. I've had a ball for the last 12 months.